Hey viewers, welcome back to Andy's Garage. Hey, just a little bit ago I made a video about these Power Stop Z36 towing and haul brakes. And in that video I mentioned that I had to replace the parking brake shoes because the lining came off of them when I took the rotor off. Now when I took that rotor off, the hub is in the way of the hardware to get the parking brake shoes. So if you look up service data, once you take the diff cover off, pull the C-clip out, and pop this axle out. No, not doing that. Not me. So I looked and looked and looked and looked at it, and I figured out a way to do that. And I'm going to show you. For starters, this comes apart just like any other disc brake system. There you go. One pin. And actually, I'm going to show you a little trick here that works sometimes for me. Instead of screwdrivers and C-clamps and things of that nature, you take your brake rotor, once it comes loose, and you just pull on it on the opposite side of that brake caliper. Oh, I lied. This time it's not working. Well, it works sometimes, where it'll actually compress that piston for you, so you don't have to get a screwdriver or C-clamps. And it didn't work for me on this one, so I am going to have to get a screwdriver. There's only been a few times this hasn't worked for me. Most of the time. There you go. Most of the time that actually works really, really well. Alright. Let's get my caliper hanger. And where would you like to be hung from? Let's find you a spot here, bud. Actually, might fit nice right there. And that's where we're going to keep you. Yeah, there you go. Alright, now let's take off. I'm going to swing it back around this way, and I just wanted to show you how I grabbed that rotor. Like I said, a lot of times it works. You know, it's very rare that it doesn't work for me. Alright, let's make sure this is all reverse. Yep. Now I gotta move that caliper. Oh. Alright, bud. Hang it back up. There you go. Now you stay. Alright, now she's off. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. As you can see, that hub, I mean, there's just no room whatsoever in there. So, let me grab Had to go grab a screwdriver real quick so I can show you. Make sure you see that on the camera. Okay, right here. This clip right here. Okay, that's what holds that pin that goes through the backing plate that holds that shoe on. Well, you can't get to it. But, if you grab a pair of needle nose pliers and bring them in this way and grip onto that pin and turn it, you know, whichever way is easier for you, you'll be able to rotate that pin. Usually you're better off, you know, going the way that's going to force this clip here up against the inside of this brake shoe lining, because in that way it doesn't move on you. But anyway, yeah, you just take your needle nose pliers on there, turn that pin, boop, clip comes right off. Same thing up top here. Let me bring this camera around, and same thing on these. Trying to see if I can see the springs on here. You have to bring it up a little higher. There we go. Same thing with these springs. To get these springs off, same thing. You get those needle nose pliers in there, and pop, they come right off. And then that way, it'll be the same, like I said, because there's also on the bottom here. Oh, actually, might be able to see the bottom springs a little better than you can the top ones. I swear, I'm not trying to blind you viewers. Just trying to find a good place to put this light. Okay. So, same thing on. Take this camera off the mount here. Same thing on these here. You know, you just get those needle nose pliers in there, and the camera makes it look like there's a huge gap, but it's really not. It's pretty tight in there. Yeah, viewers, I wish I had a video of that, but at the time, like I said, I just started recording these videos a few months ago, and yeah, I wish I would have been doing videos when I did this to show you, because I mean, it looks, if you don't understand what I'm saying, once you take it apart and you see it for yourself, you're going to be like, oh man, I got it. Simple. And I don't know why service data says to do that. Now, the only one thing you do have to do, and I almost forgot to mention it, was when you put this back together on this top here, you got to get this top spring in both of these shoes first, and then hook them in up on top here first. And then once you squeeze them together, then you can go ahead and get that green screw on, because it is, or the green screw, green spring on, because it is hard to get this spring here on without putting it on, this white spring. It's hard to get that white spring on before, or let me rephrase it. It's hard to get the white spring on after you have the shoes on. So you do have to get this white spring attached to the shoes first, and then hook them into place, and then squeeze them together and get that bottom green screw in. So that was confusing myself there, my words. Getting my words all tongue-tied-ish. Anyway, yeah, like I said, because when I looked at this, and I was like, holy smokes. When I looked up service data and it said pull the axle, nope, not doing it. Not for brake shoes. If there was something else, you know, major, yeah, but not for brake shoes. So I just fiddled with it a little bit and got it figured out, and that's how you get them off. And it's a lot faster, because once you do the one side and you go to the other side, it's just going to be like that, you know. So, and it's definitely a lot faster than taking your diff cover off, pulling your axles out, putting your axles back in, putting your rear end back together, clean everything off, put a new gasket on there, refill it with gear oil and whatever. But if you want to change the gear oil on it or whatever, hey, that's, you know, that's want to use that as an excuse when you do brakes, that's, you know, that's up to you. But if you don't want to do that, then, you know, this is what I would suggest you do. So I'm just trying to think if there's anything else on that I needed to say, but I don't think there was. And of course, you know, you're going to have to, you know, adjust them with your star adjuster once you get everything put back together. So and then of course, you know, you got the little removable cover on the back side of this backing plate, and they're easy to get to. So anyway, I'm going to end this video here. I know several months ago or so I promised I was going to do a video on this, and I've never had the time to do it. Well, I have her on the lift today to change the oil, which I already did. So I thought, well, while I got it up, I may as well do that review on the power stop brakes and show you a real quick trick. Jeez, man, I'm tongue-tied today. Real quick trick to get these brake shoes off without having to do the following service data, you know, which require the axles to be pulled out. Jeez, man, I can't get my words straight today. Because I'm hungry. I think I'm going to go in and grab my son, and I think we're going to go get pizza for lunch. So anyway, that's going to end this video here. I'm really hoping this is going to help somebody out, because this is a time saver. And like anybody else, you know, we want to get our vehicles in, we want to get them fixed, and we don't want to have to spend more time and more money or use more tools than we have to get stuff done. So, but anyway, as I said, I hope this was helpful for somebody. If it was, like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.